What's up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of the Yakuza Van podcast. I'm here again with Cal.
Yay. There's a second episode.
I know, we made it. So now we just do flashbacks to the first episode of the Clerks. Okay, so where to begin? It's been kind of a dead week for Yakuza news, I'll be honest.
Isn't that normal?
It is. I guess the first thing we should touch on is...
No, don't do it.
It's the sad news. It's the worst news.
No.
Is the damn Kiryu Figma has been delayed again.
No.
And I honestly can't believe it at this point.
Who could have predicted this?
It is... I think it's Max Factory. They are the worst.
I don't think I've ever pre-ordered a Figma that wasn't delayed.
Ryoko from Kill la Kill came out pretty solidly. And Solid Snake, I think, was on time. But, yeah, those guys are the worst. I am so done with them pushing their pre-orders back. Like, I think it was supposed to come out in June, I think?
Yeah.
I think the original launch date for Kiryu was June.
And we had it all planned out. We ordered the mini arcade.
Yeah, I bought myself a tiny little arcade cabinet and along with this tiny little hang-on machine. My toys have toys. And now I'm Kiryu-less. And now it's been pushed back to goddamn December.
Now we have this arcade machine that we want to... Is it the arcade machine? Yeah.
Yeah.
That we want to ship. We have to ship.
I've shipped it. It's on its way.
Because we were going to ship it with Kiryu.
Yeah.
So now it's a waste of shipping money, too. And I saw someone in the comments on Facebook actually complaining about the same problem.
Oh, yeah. It's literally the worst. I don't know what they're doing over there at Max Factory, but those guys...
But nobody cares because we keep buying their stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, they're the only ones making a Kiryu Figma, so what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Not buy it?
Yeah.
Now, at least they didn't do the same thing that they did with Berserk, where the best Berserk Figma that you can get is bundled with one...
Was it a Figma?
What did I say?
You said Figma. Was it a Figma?
Yeah, it was a Figma.
Okay.
I've had my eye on it. It's like $200 to buy out right now. But it was bundled with a single volume of the manga. And that's the only way to get it. And like when it launched, it was like a premium copy of it.
That's kind of like the Peace Walker Snake play arts.
A little bit. So I guess be thankful that it's not launching with like the Famitsu edition of Yakuza 6.
Oh god, I can see them doing that.
I'm more worried about them doing that with Majima.
No, he's going to be delayed into next year.
If he comes out at all at this point. Like,
you never know.
There's only 3 characters I want. It's Kiryu, Majima, and Haruka. If I can get like those...
I want to put Akiyama.
I would be happy to get Akiyama, but I really just want those 3. I know that...
You can hang out in my office.
No. You were not separating If an Akiyama Figma comes out, this hypothetical Figma comes out, they are staying in here in Tiny Arcade.
Oh.
Which, if you're on Patreon... You can see Tiny Arcade currently.
Oh, yeah, we have that video.
We got some videos up there. We got my office all set up. It looks really snazzy.
Now it's all messy.
It's actually not that bad.
Deacon slop confirmed.
Hey, come on now. I've only got a couple of pillows and blankets and couches in here.
Yeah.
All of my Metal Gear Solid playouts guys look down upon me as they hunch over this computer and podcast.
Yeah.
So, Kiryu Figma.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I don't know. I'm indifferent.
Yeah, no,
I don't know where
He's gonna go right up there next to my little tiny taiko machine.
And the Boss Coffee.
Yeah.
And his coin lockers.
Yeah, my little P.A. You don't understand. As soon as I found out that there was a Kiryu Figma coming, I doubled down on a tiny little 1/12 scale arcade machine.
I bought the lockers.
I got...
Actually, I bought Hang On as well.
Yeah, you did.
And the Gaishban.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's
Damn it, I'm an enabler.
You are an enabler. You're the worst. You've really got to stop giving in to my every whim.
Alright, talk about something else that's not so sad.
Okay, well, the Computer Entertainment Developers Conference for 2016 happened this year. Now...
That sounds really nerdy.
It's basically like a GDC for Japan.
Okay.
So all the Japanese devs show up and show off like all the new tech that they're working on.
Oh, their engines and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. I believe last year, or I guess maybe 2 years ago at this point, Team Rigagotoku showed up with Ishin, and they showed off all their new Fabric engine.
Oh, that's cool.
So like they just put out a bunch of videos where like they'd show Ryoma swinging a sword, and you'd see the kimono fabric blow in the wind.
Oh, okay.
So
just for them to gush over graphics and how they've
exactly. And like they really go into depth. Like,
of course.
Here's how we do this. Here's how we do that. Like, look at this piece of fabric blowing in the wind.
Here's the 3D modeling. Here's the lighting.
Here's what the wire mesh looks like.
Yeah.
So this year they did that same thing, except they showed up with 6.
Yeah. And
they really showed off the big changes that they've made to the engine now.
Yeah, and they're one of the few developers that still code their engine from the ground up.
I think so. I you know what? I'm gonna have to double check that, but I think they do most of their coding, like, because a lot of the stuff that's in it isn't pre-made assets. So
yeah, like what engine they made?
I don't know. Okay, do we need to do some quick research on the fly? Cal, fill time.
Okay, I'm going to answer this one fan question. Francis asks, Kiwami or Ishin, which would you rather see get a localization? And I would absolutely say Ishin, personally. Because I don't understand growing. I want to grow more vegetables in full detail. And also play online and all that stuff. I honestly think that for me, I don't want to go too deep down this rabbit hole just because I want to answer this question. So, for me, I would rather see Ishin because I think it has the best chance to succeed. Yeah. Like, I love Kenzan. I think it's... Yeah, but we're talking about Kiwami.
Are we? Oh, jeez. Did I mess up? Oh, no, I did. Okay, Kiwami or Ishin. Oh. I take it back. Kiwami. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Kenzan.
No, I think Kiwami...
Sorry, this is why you don't go sidetracking off questions while I'm trying to find engine answers.
Is that they're not going to release a Yakuza 2 remake.
Yeah.
If there was that as well...
But it doesn't matter, though.
I think that if you could release both of them...
I think Yakuza 2 is inconsequential. I think...
You need 1?
No. I think 1 sets up Kiryu and the story.
But what about 0?
Story sets up, like, it's a prequel. It tells everything leading up to 1. 1 has the fight with Nishiki, Yumi's death.
Oh, you know his name now.
Yeah. The Millennium Tower exploding, and which sets off the chain of events for all subsequent games.
I guess. Yeah, I guess Kiwami would be good.
2, you can kind of cover in a cutscene. Really? Like, yeah. What's the big thing that happens in 2? Majima gets a heart. Yeah. I think that 2 might have my favorite ending, like next to maybe 5.
Why?
5. Okay, 2's the best part of the ending of 2 is Majima sitting there trying to work out which wire to cut.
Oh yeah,
like he's like, first of all, you show off against Ryuji Goda on the rooftop with a bomb counting down in the background, and you're just having this bare-chested, like, if you do it properly, bare-knuckle fight, just throw down with the 2 legendary dragons, and they're just kicking each other's ass, and it's amazing. It's one of the best fights in the series. And then, like I said, you've got Majima trying to defuse the bomb, and he's got his little his meth hat on.
He's such a joke.
Yeah, like, but that's the first time, like, where you really see his goofy personality come out.
All right, so you're on a tangent.
I am, but you put me on here. You set the rails and push the train along.
You say Kiwami, even though
I would rather see Kiwami.
Even though it's a PS3 game as well.
So is Ishin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but Kiwami's more recent. It came out this year.
I guess.
So Kiwami looks better. It's got that bridge of the story. Like, for people who are new to the series, they can come in and be like, oh, okay, so this is this, this is this. It introduces Kiryu.
True.
2, if they never remade 2, could be summed up in a cutscene. Really. I know, I'm just reiterating. And then you could go right on to 3. Now, I know we kind of talked last week.
3 is kind of hard to get, too.
It is, but we talked last week about how they're considering consolidating the collection, like doing a PS4 collection.
Yeah.
It would probably be Japan only, unfortunately.
Yeah, scratch both of those, bring that collection over here.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
they don't even need to be remade. We're better off with just ports of the PS2 versions or nothing, like, in the PS3 version on the PS4 than a remake of Kiwami.
I would rather... Like, they're doing the PS2 games on the PS4 now, where they go back and they add trophy support, full 1080p support, like wireless controller support. Like, the way that Sony's handling that now is awesome. And I don't know why we don't have Yakuza 1 and 2 on there.
Maybe it's a weird licensing issue.
It's gotta be. Like, with all the shit that is in those games, I could definitely see that being a problem.
I mean, we know Sega it's not on your list, but can we talk about for a second, speaking of licensing, Outrun on the Xbox 360 just got Isn't it taken down?
Outrun's been down for a while.
Yeah, because that's an example of licensing.
Outrun came down in 2011, and I think that was on PS3 as well.
Okay.
Anyway.
But, yeah, basically they lost the license to the Ferraris and stuff like that, so the game ended up getting pulled.
Which sucks.
But that could be the similar thing with Yakuza 1. You never know what licensing or music or even the voice acting.
The music straight away, they take out the title song every time.
Yeah, but there could be different song that has different licensing, no? Custom?
I believe the music isn't the problem because that's all done by in-house artists for the most part. The biggest problem would be the tie-in products.
Right.
Where if you need to get all these companies to sign off that it's okay to put their stuff in there, and then you can no longer produce the game after a certain date.
True, and also what about the voice acting and royalties and all that, maybe?
I think that Japanese...
Yeah, but this is an American game we're talking about.
It is, but I think that if they're going to re-release it, they would just put back in the Japanese audio tracks.
Oh, because wouldn't it be easier to translate or just to re-release the already dubbed one? Just because all the menus and everything?
Maybe, but I mean... No, you know what? It wouldn't be, because realistically, if you gave it to the right company, they should just be able to pull out the sound files and put them right back in. Like, when companies do a dub of a game, unless they're going to put a ton of money into it, like Shenmue, they try and get the voice actors to fit their speech into the pre-allotted box. Right. Like, they see how long the Japanese voice actor talks for, and the inflection that he gives it, and then they have that amount of time to speak and deliver their lines. I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just letting you guys out there know.
I'm sure they know.
This is how video game dubs work.
This is how all dubs work.
Not Shenmue. Shenmue, they went back and retimed it.
I mean movie dubs.
And I think they did the same with Metal Gear Solid 4. They retime everything. Like they redo the facial animation.
5 is custom for each. 5 was
which one?
In Japan too, isn't
MGS
it?
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of becoming more popular on them.
It used to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that killed Shenmue a lot. Like, they went all in on the American release, and so every single person's voice is, like, their mouth animation has been remapped.
Yeah.
So when people are talking in English, they have proper mouth movements. Whereas, I'm trying to remember, I don't think in Yakuza 1 they actually move their mouths at all.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright, so what happened to this Computer Entertainment Developers Conference, Deacon?
If we'll get back to that... I don't know, do we actually get to the end of that tangent?
Oh, we were
what
talking
string
about...
were we pulling on there?
We were talking about what engine Yakuza used, and in conclusion, Wikipedia says it uses a brand new engine in Yakuza 5. And it's not clear what they're using. I think it's custom.
Here we go. They used to use the Magical V engine, the same as Yakuza 3. Blah, 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 blah. I think
they just made a new engine.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just say they made a new engine. They probably did. I mean, Yakuza 5 is such a departure from the previous ones. It looks so much better. I've been trying to capture footage for a new video I'm working on from Yakuza 1.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That is kind of dated.
Well, yeah. It came out how many years?
But, like...
Decade ago.
It is worse than you remember it. But at the same time, like... There's things that it does so much better. And a lot of that comes down to the atmosphere, actually.
Really?
Like, if you're going through Kamurocho, it feels a lot more oppressive. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like there is drama happening.
You know, I think that can be argued for a lot of older games. They seem to have nailed the atmosphere better. Silent Hill is a good example.
True.
Resident Evil.
I'll agree with that, but just... Those games never made a future version that felt the same.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Yakuza really lends itself well to being in the modern era. It's just that once you clear the drama of the first game and the next few games become a little bit more lighthearted.
They definitely do. There's a lot less going on.
Well, just like I said, it's a lot more lighthearted. Like, Yakuza 1 is surprisingly heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying, trying to solve all these murders.
Blew their whole load with that game. Like, it was this crime drama.
Yeah.
Versus the other ones were like, oh no, we gotta make sequels.
True. Like, I've got some really good stuff coming to YouTube that goes over some of the backstory of how Yakuza was made and all this neat stuff I've been finding out lately. I've been reading through, like, all the books.
It's interesting. It's really interesting.
It's so good. So stay tuned to YouTube because I'm going to have that hopefully soon.
Yeah, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe now.
Yes.
I'll wait.
Yeah. We'll stop the podcast here. You guys go and subscribe and then come back. Welcome back.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened at the Computer Entertainment Developers Conference, Deacon?
Okay. We will get on this right now. You've got to help me. Okay. Basically, they showed off the new engine for Yakuza 6.
So what did they show off about it?
They showed off the new water tech. So I've got a few YouTube videos here for you, Cal. This is for your benefit. I'm gonna post all this stuff to the blog tonight.
We shouldn't be on Sega Bits.
Sega Bits shouts out. I was so busy today, I didn't find this. So
they did it.
They're
doing your job for you.
Credit where credit is due.
You were at a buffet.
No. To be fair, I got as it was happening, and they were posting images of it happening. I have the current live comparison shots of here's Yakuza 1's engine, here's Yakuza 6's engine, and they've showed the same shots in both.
Okay. And
you can compare the screenshots. These are all just tech demos. Oh, yeah, these are tech demo videos.
So you're superior. All right.
Yeah. So here's all the water rendering, which I'm going to probably put these all into a big supercut and put them up on Yakuza Fans' YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What you can see here, you can see all the boats bobbing up and down.
That's
they've actually got weight.
Why is there water? I mean, I understand that it's a oceanside city, but why bother with all this?
First of all, because it looks cool, and second of all, because they'll probably take this.
I feel this should have gone in Ishin.
No. I think that doing it here, honestly, there probably wasn't enough horsepower in Ishin to do it.
Oh, okay. So that's funny, by the way, because it's old and they would have used horses.
Yeah. Actually, in that you use a what do they call it, where you pick two people up and you run around with them?
Rickshaw?
No, not a rickshaw. That's got wheels on it. I'm thinking of a palanquin.
I don't know.
I think it's a palanquin. Okay, so we'll move on to the next video here, where it's just Kiryu getting super pissed and throwing shit into the ocean, but when it hits, you can see it bob in the water. So it doesn't just disappear? The bike sunk, but the trash cans are floating. They actually have air inside of them and they're buoyant.
Oh, that is really realistic compared
to what you'd expect. And look at the way he throws them.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
They've got weight to them rather than just they're nothing.
Yeah. It still looks arcadey as hell, but...
Yeah, well, Kiryu is amazing.
The fact that
he's stronger than a bear.
I think that he... honestly, I think Yakuza 6 Kiryu looks a lot more like Yakuza 1 Kiryu.
Didn't we... We've been having this conversation.
He gets younger every day.
The internet has been talking about how he looks younger in this game than he did.
But so you can see the shit in the water, just bobbing around on the waves that are happening.
Yeah, but what is the point of all this? Who cares? How does this affect...
Well, let's throw a guy into the ocean.
But he doesn't drown, so that seems like he can still be a threat.
Okay, and then you
To be fair, though, you never actually kill anyone unless it's a cutscene.
Exactly. And to be fair, I don't know if Kiryu has actually killed anyone.
But I shot you with a gun 7 times. He's fine.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think he's actually killed anyone. He's one of those anime heroes that turns the bad guys around with his fists.
Commentators, correct us.
My favorite. So the next one is a cloud rendering video. And it's doing the Metal Gear Solid thing where they've actually got atmosphere, but at night, the fact that the clouds persist.
They look awesome.
Yeah.
But why? Again, it's just...
Because, you know what, when I'm running around the world and I'm looking up at the atmosphere layer, the whole thing is going to feel so good.
I want to know how many hostesses.
I don't care. I've made my stance on hostesses clear. I could... I want to know
how many rounds of Taiko I can play.
So here is the glass technology. Where there's a poltergeist throwing glasses around. But, you can see the liquid in the glass itself sloshes.
It's phenomenal.
This engine looks awesome. But
what do they use it for besides Yakuza? Nothing. What a waste.
I don't know why they don't give this to Yu Suzuki.
License it.
It's done. It's there. This would be the coolest engine for Shenmue 3.
Shenmue would be perfect in this engine.
Yeah.
Just swap out Kiryu's model. Everything else is the same game.
No, don't do that. And then the last one is the flow dust technology, where it's as you get more powered up and go into your beast mode, your hyper mode, you get particle effects around you and you go Super Saiyan.
Is it kind of heat or?
It's basically your heat, instead of the flames that were around you in the previous games, now you get these cool particle effects.
So you turn into a ghost.
You turn fucking awesome. It looks so cool. Look at him go.
Please be excited.
Yes, please be excited for Yakuza 6 and the end of this podcast.
podcast doesn't end.
It looks... I don't know. I'm so happy. I love how it looks.
So are you going to buy Yakuza 6 then?
If I can, I'm probably going to import the Japanese version.
Right.
If I can. If the money situation's there. If you guys keep subscribing...
Yeah. Watching and
yeah, exactly. Then I will oh yeah, if I can get in Yakuza 6, I'm going to be posting so many videos. The channel will just be Yakuza 6 content. I'm not.
You can do a full Let's Play.
I'm not joking. Hey, here's an idea with that atmosphere layer. Yeah. You just point the camera at the sky and just let it run through a day-night cycle. I wonder if they'll do day-night cycles.
I don't know, because usually it's like plot-driven.
Yeah, and then at the end you can talk to someone. I wonder if this is like going to have a proper day-night.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Yakuza 6.
So yeah, send us a copy of Yakuza 6.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We did get a question for I can't remember who sent this one in. I'm afraid this one was on Twitter.
Oh.
For our favorite Yakuza substories.
Oh, that's a tough one.
They're all so good. Yeah. Jeez.
I kind of like that one in... Which one was it? 5? Where you, like, have to help the little girl.
Yeah.
She's lost.
Yeah.
And then you find her dad and you beat up all these thugs.
The little match girl, is that the one?
I don't know.
You know what? That is a repeating sub-story that keeps coming up. I think my favorite is probably the couple there. Their names are escaping me right now, but they're the ones that are in every game.
Yeah.
And they're so, like...
Can I change my answer?
Sure.
Okay, wait, continue.
Okay. The one they keep showing up, and they are always in these ridiculous situations. I'm pretty sure they're in Kanzen. They're part of the main plot of Ishin. Like there's always like she's always a gold digging bitch. He's always getting stepped on. I can't tell whether she actually loves him, but the whole thing is just comedy.
Is that the one that was cut?
Yes, it was cut from Yakuza 3. It's that still burns me today because like it was just so unfortunate. Like it was a payoff to a 2-game joke.
We
like,
talked about this at length in the last podcast.
Oh, I'm so mad.
I'm changing my answer to the one where you have to act in a movie. You have to fill in for an actor.
That was going to be the one I would...
And you have to do scenes from Kenzen.
That was really
Does
good.
It come back?
It comes back in 4, I think. Oh,
no, 5.
It comes back in 5. Yeah. When you get back to Kamurocho, you've got to act out just more scenes. Yeah. I think from a Yakuza movie this time.
Yeah. I like that one.
It's really good.
I don't know. There's so many good ones.
Be My Baby from Yakuza 2.
Oh.
That one's really good.
I'd forgotten about that one.
I really, really like that one. There is a great one in Yakuza 1 where there's a guy in like one of the bathrooms and he really needs toilet paper. And so you go and you bring him toilet paper. He's like, thank you so much. Here's my business card. And you look at the business card and it turns out that he's the main boss character from Jet Set Radio, Ryuji, I can't remember his name. But he's like the boss.
Oh, so it's like
the Yakuza that's trying to take over the streets in Jet Set Radio.
That's hilarious.
Which is amazing because I believe Yokoyama actually worked on Jet Set Radio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
they're just putting these little references.
Yeah, it's a cute little crossover reference. I just like that one because I just like... I like it when everything comes together like that.
Yeah, it's all in the same world kind of thing.
Yeah. I like the idea that Jet Set Radio and Yakuza are connected somehow. I don't know why Ryo Hazuki hasn't shown up yet. He's been referenced, I think, once. On, like when you go and get like a DVD.
Yeah.
And it's like the story of a man who's looking to find the man who killed his father. And Kiryu's like, oh, this might have some interesting moves. And then you put it in, you learn like a couple of the moves from Shenmue. It's like, wow, that's sick. I love that kind of stuff.
That's fantastic.
It's so good.
Who knows, though, with the new Shenmue coming out and stuff, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
I think we'll see maybe references the other way.
I hope so, but we'll see. I find a lot of Akiyama's sub-stories really good as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them are... I like his whole thing of testing people.
Yeah.
And almost all of his sub-stories are that, where it's like, I'm going to go check up on how this person's doing. I'm going to go check up how...
Yeah, how's your garden growing? Wasn't there one that was gardening or something?
I can't remember.
And also, like, the Revelations are all gold.
Revelations are good, but yeah, I think I'd have to give it to... I think it's Michiru and...
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking this up. Michiru...
Can you not remember?
Everyone's yelling at me right now.
Can we just talk...
Michiru might be the transvestite.
Oh, no.
You know what? I actually really like that sub-story too.
But the chase is so bad.
The chase mechanics in 3 is bad. 4, it's better.
Yeah.
5, it's trivial. Mm-hmm. And Ishin, it's like...
I do like that her character...
Ishin, I look forward to the chases. That's how much better they are.
I like that her character kept coming back.
Me too. And then you find out she's got 2 sisters and like...
Yeah, they all chase you.
Oh yeah, it's a constant... The game does it so well building on the previous game's joke.
Yeah.
The writing is next level.
They take running a joke into the ground on the next level.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about when you first learn Revelations with Saejima in Yakuza 4.
And he's chisels
he gets a block of wood and a chisel. Oh. And then that comes back in Yakuza 5, and I think he does 1 revelation. I think every character only has 1 revelation, and they bring back the block and the chisel for a single revelation.
So pointless.
It's so good. I love it so much. I love it. Oh yeah? So, I kind of like those sub-stories.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of good sub-stories.
You know what? I'm going to go and just maybe take another look at the sub-stories. Like, I'm going to read some lists of what sub-stories are in the game, and I'm going to circle back to this question next week if we find out some more. Because like they all kind of blur together in my head.
They do, and once you play so many games... then
I really like the ones that are like insanely difficult to unlock because they stick with me the longest. Like, I never want to do the bowling one ever again.
I did it for you.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. I never want.
There's a sweet spot that if you get it right in the right spot,
okay,
it's the same thing every time.
What about the golf one?
You did the golf.
The golf one is mind-numbingly hard. Like, I restarted that.
You're just really bad at golf games.
I am really bad at golf games.
And just video games in general.
That's true too. But this one is just so difficult. Like, and it's the best part. I'm so happy you don't have to beat the sub-stories to get to Amon anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I totally went through all the golf thing, and then I got the guy to do the sub-quest, and then I totally choked.
Yeah, but thankfully, that's still...
As long as you fail it, you can still proceed to Amon.
Yeah, because that saved us, or else we would have never seen him, ever.
Oh, if they had kept the idea of using every single heat action, I don't think I would ever have seen Amon.
No.
In any of the games. Like, I don't think I would have been able to even go forward with Yakuza fan. Yeah. Like, it's...
They would be prohibitively difficult.
I don't have the patience. Like, I love Yakuza so much. Like,
I'm curious if a lot of the fans out there, like, do that. Like, go through and do every heat, do every...
That's what I want to know. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys...
Like, complete it all.
Do you guys 100% Yakuza? Or if not, how far do you get? Do you just do, like, a one-and-done kind of playthrough? Or do you guys go all in?
Yeah, or do you do all the sub-stories like we do, but like, skip some of the heat and some of the food?
Yeah, like, I've replayed Yakuza 5 twice now. I think I did more in the Japanese version. Like, I maxed out Kiryu's levels in the Japanese version. And I think all of the characters' levels, I maxed them. And then in the English version, I'm just like...
But even still, you were only like, what, 50%-ish?
Oh no.
Is that?
I think I was like 17% complete. Like, by the time I beat the game, I think I was only 17% complete.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's so much to do in these games. Like, do you play, like, other games, or you just play Yakuza, like...
No, let's just keep it simple with one question.
Okay, fine.
Do you guys 100% Yakuza, or do you just stop when the game is complete? Yeah?
Alright.
Okay, let's move on.
No.
No? Okay, go. What's your thing?
No, I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, well, that's good. I guess let's answer the last fan question we've got on the docket here.
Okay.
Everyone else, try harder for next week.
So mean.
I know, but I mean, I'm just one man. Okay, so Daniel from Twitter here asks, what do you think on 6 being Kiryu and Haruka's last Ryuga Gotoku game? Do you like the idea of a Ryuga Gotoku game without them?
I didn't know that 6 was supposed to be Haruka's last.
You know what? I don't think they've actually ever said that it is.
Okay.
It seems to be very heavily implied that it is.
Oh.
Same with Date. Like, there's been a lot of stuff out of Famitsu where it's like, it doesn't sound like everyone's making it through this game.
Goodbye, Date.
I don't know if they'll kill Date just because they like his character and he has a daughter. And I don't know if
R.I.P. Date.
I don't know if they'd pull the trigger on it. Like, they seem to, like... They have a real problem where they introduce characters to kill.
Yeah.
And the main cast is untouchable. And I hate it. Like, I'm not saying they need to kill someone just to legitimize it, but...
It would be nice to kill someone every now and then.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Uncharted when Nathan's brother just shows up. And it's like, oh, I'm Nate's brother. I've been here the whole time. It's like, oh, no.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. But then he didn't. So I guess that all worked out. But then I'm just supposed to accept him as part of the cast of...
I didn't think it was that bad. But
I didn't think it was that...
I only played the...
Yeah, you only played 4. Okay, you get out of here. But, I don't know. As far as it goes of killing the main member of the cast, I think... Okay, here's my official predictions. And I think it's real bad because I think Date's going to die.
Yeah, I already said that.
I don't know whether Majima's going to make it through. Like, I base this on absolutely nothing. But I think they're going to set you up with Date being like... well, they killed Date. I can't believe it. Man, the series can't, go any worse from here. And then, then they're going to follow that up by killing Majima. Which, if I recall, I think Majima's in jail right now.
Right.
So he would
Who dies trying to save Kiryu.
Yeah.
Or Haruka.
No, Kiryu. I think that thematically.
I don't know. Yeah, Kiryu would be good thematically. Although Haruka lends herself to being pretty good.
I hate it.
Well.
I don't want to have to continue to save Haruka.
No, it's more like because...
I'm kind of happy that she's in a coma right now. Because then no one has to save her. She's just there. I
was thinking more along the lines of the fact that Majima's girlfriend was her kind of pseudo-mother there for her idol career, and then...
she definitely adopted her.
Right, and then kind of Majima lost his kid with her. Yeah. So that would be kind of fitting.
That part of Yakuza 5 is so weird to me. Like, to find out that Majima had a kid. Spoilers, Majima got a goal knocked
If you haven't played it by now.
If you haven't played Yakuza 5 at this point...
Hey, it's free.
It is free for the next week. As of the time of this recording. Next Tuesday the... What is that? 6th of September. Yakuza 5 is free for PS Plus members. If you haven't played it or you haven't... just go into the PlayStation Store and add it to your download queue. Just to show your support. That is... You don't even have to download it, but just...
Even if you already own it or you...
Yeah, I cannot stress enough how important it is to just add it to the queue. I think we own the game at least 3 times now. I own 2 copies, you own 1 copy.
Right. Yeah, because you have M+, you have your copy that you purchased.
Yep, and I've got the Japanese one.
And the Japanese one, and then I got a code from
Sega.
and
we got a review code from Sega, but I wasn't cancelling my pre-order. I'm not...
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, you know what I mean?
It's about showing them that you want these games.
Yeah, yes, I could have got a free copy from Sega, but no, I gave them the full $40 for it because the game is worth... Yakuza 5 is worth more than $40.
Yeah.
Anyone who thought that was too much for the game is insane. That game should have been a full price release.
The problem was it was too late.
Oh, there's no way they could have gotten away with it. 3 years too late?
Yeah, but now look at No Man's Sky.
Yeah, don't
think about...
You know what? If they would have bought Yakuza 5 out on PlayStation 4, I think it would have sold.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have sold really well, actually.
Yeah.
Because we kind of have a lull in releases for games like that right now.
That I don't understand.
The closest thing I would say is maybe Deus Ex.
Never came out.
That is in the similar kind of gameplay style that you might want.
Are we talking about the same game?
I just mean
what are you talking about?
I could see a lot of Yakuza fans crossing over to games like Deus Ex. And vice versa.
Maybe? I don't know. Is there a lot of crossover?
I think so.
I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I want to play it, but here I am podcasting. Okay. I do think that if you go and purchase Yakuza 5, or if you go and just download it, it definitely does send the message to Sega and Sony that this was a worthwhile thing that you did.
Yeah, I want this.
Yeah. And it almost shows your extra intent to purchase Zero when it comes out, which is coming out day and date in Europe, and it is getting a box release, but it is only PS4 exclusive in the West.
Right.
It was on both consoles in Japan, but at this point, it's just PS4 exclusive.
Which I think is way better.
I don't know if it's better, but I'm okay with it.
Why overextend yourself to the PS3?
Yeah, I think that eventually people are going to buy a PS4.
Yeah.
It's going to happen
but
eventually.
PS4 owners don't want to go back to PS3.
Yeah, I hear stories from people all the time. It's how do I get this game on my PlayStation 4 when they're talking about Yakuza 5? And it's no, you don't. And he's oh, well, I sold my PlayStation 3 to buy my PS4. And my first question is, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And my second question is, go and buy a PS4.
Yeah.
Like, just...
I know a lot of you, though, have been commenting and saying, like, I don't have a PS4. But get a job. Like,
no, don't just... Look,
do the PlayStation 3 method. Get a second... Get a third job.
No. But... I'm not going to go that far. It does suck. But, no, you know what? The PlayStation Slim is just around the corner.
No.
The alleged PS4 Slim is just around the corner.
That doesn't exist.
The PS4 Neo is just around the corner. And I bet you anything that as soon as that Neo comes to market, you see like a $50 price drop at least on PS4.
Hold out, be patient. Yeah. And eventually, you know what? This game, if it comes out on PS4, you're going to get to play it eventually.
The PS4 comes... Yakuza 0 comes out in 2017, the start of 2017.
So you've got a lot of time to save up.
But not just that. That gives enough time for the Neo to come out and the price drop to hit.
Well, I think it'll hit around Christmas time to have that big push.
Oh yeah, so put PS4s on your Christmas list. Like, it doesn't even need to be like the Neo.
Ask Santa Saejima.
Yeah. I just want to point out how much I adore the fact that Yakuza is set at Christmas time. It is the Die Hard of Christmas video games.
It really is.
Like, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, but it is my favorite Christmas movie. Yakuza 1 is my favorite Christmas movie. Or Christmas game, I don't know.
I think it's the only Christmas game I can think of.
But, circling back to the topic at hand here. I'm kind of excited to see what they'll do with Haruka and Kiryu. I think that it probably will be their last game. They have said that before. Like, Reiga Gotoku of the End was supposedly their last game, which turned out to be Dead Souls, which...
Thankfully it was.
Still gets a bad rap. I think that there's a little bit of a difference between it's the end of the current engine of games, or the end of the current series, and then we're moving on to something else.
Yeah.
Because they did Of the End, and then they did 5. And those two games are vastly different from each other. Like,
right.
But Of the End kind of used the Yakuza 4 engine.
Yeah.
And then they retrofitted all the guns into it. They used the same Kamurocho, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know they put shit everywhere in Kamurocho, but they didn't
it's the same place.
Yeah. And honestly, that game was a lot of a basis for Binary Domain.
Right.
It was more just the gunplay and how to handle enemies in a pseudo open world environment.
Right.
Still my most hated game in the series. But
we know.
It's not that bad. Like,
2 podcasts in and we all know.
Okay, but you know what? I like it for what it is. I just can't do Akiyama's segment again. I'm going to say that again this week.
Please stop talking about it.
Kiryu, I think at this point, I mean, how many games has he been in at this?
Several.
Like 1, 2, 3.
He's been in a lot.
At least like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I think, and then you got the 2 Kiryu spin-offs.
Yeah.
Like that's
a lot of games for one character.
That's a lot of games for one character that doesn't show any kind of emotion.
Right.
Like
he's not even that dynamic of a character, really. Like he everything that happens to him kind of happens around him. And he reacts to it.
Yeah, that's just it. He's a reactionary character. In Yakuza 1, he actually had a drive to find out like who took the Tojo clan's money and to clear his name. Well, not you know what? Not even really to clear his name. Like, so let's think about that for a second. What was his plan in Yakuza 1? He was going to come and pay his respects to his old boss, even though he'd been kicked out of the family and everyone hated him. What was his plan before he got swept up in Nishiki's drama?
I'm not even sure. He just got out of prison.
He got out of prison, went back to Kamurocho for some reason, because he couldn't clear his name, because that would indict Nishiki.
Yeah.
What was he going to do? Was he just going to start working at a bar?
Maybe he's going to go back and join the Yakuza again.
He can't. He's been dishonored. He's been kicked out. Like, maybe he might be able to offer up a finger and get back in like that. Maybe that was his plan, but like...
I don't know. I don't know enough about the Yakuza, but he was...
I don't know.
So he's not a very well internally motivated character. Like his motivation...
Reacts.
Yeah,
he's like I said, he's reactionary. Stuff happens and then he reacts to it.
Yeah.
Which...
But it's really hard to tell what his own personal motivations are beyond keep Haruka safe, keep the orphanage safe.
Well, that's just it. Like,
everyone.
He wants to make everyone happy, which I'm okay with that. I kind of like that about his character. And yeah, he wants to live a peaceful life.
Right. So like if hopefully Yakuza 6 ends with him just living a peaceful life.
I know they did re-render all of the orphans and the orphanage, and so you get to actually see what they're like now since Yakuza 4. They haven't been in a game since Yakuza 4. So
you just sent money to them.
Yeah, but you get to actually see what they look like now. I think it's 5 years later.
Yeah.
And so they're all kind of grown up, and I remember reading an interview with Nagoshi, and he's like, "Oh, I walked in and told the art team to start rendering the orphans, and they all looked at me and said, 'Really? We're making them again?'" Apparently, they didn't really like the orphans in Yakuza 3, which is such a shame because I actually really like that part of the story. I think it's that melancholy everyday life of just small town. Everything's kind of just doing its thing, just shuffling along.
That sounds horrible.
I know, but like after what you went through with the first 2 games, it shows you what Kiryu's life is, and that he's just laid back, no dramas happening.
Yeah,
like
he's a super chill guy.
He's kind of lost his edge a little bit, and like I think that game does a little bit more for his character than the first couple do, because like you get to see like this is what he wants.
You see him living like a human.
Living his dream.
He seems like he was the kind of guy that very young got swept up in the Yakuza life, and maybe it wasn't for him. He just was good at it.
That's one of the things with Yakuza 0 that I'm excited to see.
Yeah, how he got into this mess.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, they did the flashback to Majima and Saejima in Yakuza 4. And Majima was like way more laid back comparatively. Like he was still a kick-ass fighter, but he was super laid back comparatively.
Yeah.
And then they fucked over Saejima and he got his eye cut out and all of that went from there. But then
turns out that makes you angry.
But Yakuza 0 starts up after that period when Saejima's in prison and Majima's running a hostess club in Osaka.
Right.
And Majima's like laid back. He just wants to run his hostess club. He's just taking care of idiots who are coming in like messing up the joint. Like he's really just young and kind of just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Kiryu, on the other hand, is trying to make himself a name in Kamurocho. Like, he doesn't know whether he wants to be a paragon or a renegade, kind of. Like, he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure himself out.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole story of Yakuza 0 is him trying to work that out. That's one of the reasons they gave for retooling the combat system into beast mode is that his fighting style is more sloppy and less precise.
Right, because he doesn't have all the training, first of all.
Yeah, and he's just coming to terms. Like, there's a great scene in the trailer where it's him and Nishiki standing side by side, and both of their tattoos are yet to be colored in. Like, it's just the line art.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so cool! I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So do you feel good about it?
I don't know. Like, what I want them to do is... I'm okay with it being Kiryu's last game as the main character.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die, but I want him to elevate to the master character.
Yeah.
For the next game. Like, whoever the hell the next main character is, I would be really happy if they brought back Tatsuya from Kiryu. I would be really happy if he made a comeback, because I really, really like his character. He is very self-motivated, and he's got to win the tournament. He's got to clear his name. Like, the Kiryu game's writing is really strong. For a PSP exclusive.
Maybe that's why, because you kind of get a little bit less.
It was a different director. Like, different writer and director.
Yeah, that's usually what happens with portable games.
The guys that made the Kiryu games went on to make the Style Savvy games on the 3DS. Yeah. I love that idea. I absolutely adore that idea. Yeah, if we could elevate Kiryu over to the master role, he takes over where Komaki is. Yeah. And him and Komaki's grandson teach whoever the new main character is some moves.
Right. Would you want it to still be Yakuza games? Like,
yes. I definitely think there's a market for it. I think I'd like to see maybe another side. Like, the Kiryu games were really good because you weren't Yakuza yourself. You were a third party that didn't have really any part of that lifestyle.
Right.
You were just a scrappy young punk who got into some trouble, like was allegedly killed someone, and to clear your name, you had to fight in the tournaments, or you were going to be like dobbed into the police.
Right.
And it was really interesting to go from that perspective of like young kid doesn't know anything, isn't part of this organization, doesn't really even understand how it works.
Right.
To getting into that entire
and like, being swept up in it all.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
but it's already been done now. Do you think it can be done again?
I think it can be.
Because no one played.
But you know what? It's not about whether it can be done again, but I'm just saying that it can be... There are other stories to be told.
Well, even playing, was it 4 with the cop? What's his name? Isn't there a cop? There is
a cop. The name is just escaping me. Yeah, that's why I'm looking at you blankly. Oh, come on, Cal. You can't keep doing this to me.
I'm not expected to know.
I know, but I am. This is the worst. Okay, what? Tanimura. There we go. Okay, Tanimura is his name. Jesus. This is really bad. I love Tanimura. I really appreciated 4's with the 4 different fighting styles.
Yeah, but it's not even just the fighting styles, but I mean his character and what he was doing was completely different from
I did like the fact that I'm pretty sure he was half Chinese.
Yeah.
Which was really interesting. Like to see that kind of race relationship that he had with the other characters. Like the fact that he would be allowed into Little Asia just because that's where all of the Chinese population of Kamurocho was. And they wouldn't let in any Japanese people, but they trusted him. So like you get to see this subclass. And that's what I'm talking about. There's
more stories to tell.
There's way more room for stories. Like
even Akiyama.
Yeah, what about just an Akiyama game where you just go around helping people with
their
dreams?
Oh, I would do that. I would play that game.
You know what? I want that on like...
Akiyama spin-off.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like that would be a perfect Vita game, and then just Monster Hunter style missions where you have to go around, like, just give me a shitload of Akiyama sub-stories. I pick it from the list, and then I go and do it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, in this one, I have to help this person do their thing, and the story is told through mission-based. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, that would be fine. Like Portable Ops.
Yeah, or Peace Walker.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Okay.
Hear
that, Nagoshi?
Yeah, get on it, Nagoshi.
Okay, let's talk about what that new thing that you just made today was.
The new thing I just made?
Yeah.
The thing I did?
The thing you made today.
Okay, so as you guys know at this point, we do the monthly shirts. I am very proud of this one. I think that this design might be one of my favorites. It's super basic.
You say that every month.
I do. But I honestly, I really, really, really like how this one turned out. It's got that kind of weird Japanese design that's like, why would this be on a t-shirt? But if you're a fan, you look at it and you get it. You know what I mean? Like, you do. I know, I really like it. So,
I had input on this design.
Did you?
Critical input.
Yeah, critical. Yeah, you were like, oh, this is stupid. Who's going to buy this?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, fuck you, Cal. I would buy this.
That is accurate. So yeah, that goes live on Thursday.
Yeah.
So you can make sure to check it out. And every time a new shirt goes live on TeePublic, is it?
Yeah.
You get 30% off for the first couple of days?
Yeah, first couple of days, 30% off.
So if you do want it, make sure you check it out like when it comes out instead of waiting. Or wait for their one of sales, which they always seem to have.
No. Just either buy it at the launch or just buy it whenever. Don't even worry about those sales. I get more money this way.
Or buy a hoodie.
Yeah. Or just skip the shirt. Send that money over to Patreon.
Just subscribe.
Yeah, that's fine too. That way I get all the money instead of only $4 of the money. Oh man!
Don't tell them what your margins are.
We've got to start making more products. No, we've got to start making our own products. We've got to get those margins up.
Yeah. This is bad retail margins. They should be 50%.
They should be. Okay, everybody at TeePublic that's listening to this, up those margins.
Yeah, just for us.
You know what? Send all that labor over to China. It's fine. They love it. And we'll pass the bargains on to
I'm jumping off the ship. Goodbye.
And you know what? I was working on another shirt. It's not as good.
It would make a good sticker.
I think it would make a good sticker.
TeePublic doesn't do stickers.
TeePublic doesn't do stickers at all. So once again, TeePublic stuff, get on that. They've got really good printing machines in China. I made myself laugh at that one. I'm going to put the shirt up there as well. It's another one of those designs that you look at it. If someone who didn't know Yakuza looked at it, they'll be like, "What is going on? Why is that on your shirt?"
What is your shirt of?
Yeah. Like what is this? What? And so I'm going to put that one up. I think you guys will like it. I'm kind of in the middle. If you can get it on sale though, $14. If you're a true fan, you'll get it.
I hear they're good quality. I hear they're nice shirts, and just and if you have anything you want to see on a shirt, let us know. Remember, we're not artists. I see so many suggestions that are like really cool, and it's like, that would be great, but we can't draw.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh, you can't draw.
Hey, I can do some really high quality vectors. No one must know. Okay, so yeah, make sure you guys check those out, because if you're not supporting us through Patreon, supporting us through shirt sales is really the way to go.
Yeah, that helps us actually quite a lot.
Yeah, it really does. What else is coming up here? We should have Famitsu launching their latest issue tomorrow. So as of the time of this podcast, if you guys are getting this on Patreon, it will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
For everyone else that's getting this on Friday,
it was on Wednesday.
It was on Wednesday. So go check out the site. I believe this week they're going to be talking about like changes to the battle system and the action. Like,
ooh.
Yeah, I'm honestly excited to see what's changed.
These are great.
I love the drip feed of content for Yakuza 6. I really do.
They're hyping it up exactly what you'd want.
I don't understand how Sega Japan can be so good at marketing Yakuza 6 and Sega West is so poor at it.
Well,
I love those guys so much, but they're so bad at it. I keep giving them ideas and they never email me back.
They've blocked you by now.
Yeah. Not true. I just got an email from John today. Shouts out, John. Okay.
Reply to our interview.
Yeah, please.
I think that covers pretty much everything. Do we have anything good coming up on the channel?
Okay, so I do have a few videos coming up here. I'm not sure if I'm super ready to announce all of them yet. I
Secrets.
I do have some stuff coming up for Dead Souls.
Yeah, I have a video coming up.
Yeah. What's your video of?
I researched how strong Kiryu is.
Didn't I tell you to work on that like months ago?
I have had it done for months.
Perfect. This is the kind of content we need. So you've gone through and analyzed how strong the Dragon of Dojima is.
I looked up a little. I'm really dumb, so this was really hard to do.
Okay.
But I looked up, exactly how strong he is compared to like world fighters and how strong normal punches are and what kind of damage they can do versus what kind of damage Kiryu does.
Okay, so I kind of want to know the answer right now, but I feel like I should really watch this.
The answer is he's strong.
He's really strong?
Spoilers. Kiryu is strong.
Is he as strong as Doom Guy?
I don't know.
Okay, Doom Guy...
I did not compare him to Doom Guy. I did, however, compare him to the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
That's not bad. Doom Guy, though, I'm pretty sure he is being proven to be the strongest guy.
Well, I don't care about Doom Guy.
Like, based on his speed and amount of shit he can carry, he would have to be so strong that he would outclass, like, most gorillas.
But we can't really measure that in Yakuza very easily. I mean, you could look at the inventory. I never considered weight. I was considering more force behind his punches.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So yeah, look out for that in the future.
Look out for that. Look out for like it's coming out. You gotta look out for that. Okay, and then I'm doing a little bit of a retrospective on Yakuza 1. We were tossing around the idea. Do we want to announce this now?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, so we've been tossing around the idea for a little while now of doing a playthrough of Yakuza 1 and just kind of going through it, showing off our experiences and just, kind of shooting the shit. Just
playing it really badly.
Yeah, just to kind of...
forgetting everyone's names.
Oh, yeah. So
the kind of quality you could expect.
Oh, yeah. Like, just a kind of casual playthrough for Yakuza 1. And I think that we would make that an exclusive for anyone that backs us on Patreon at $1 or more.
Yeah. We hate bugging you guys about Patreon, but at the same time, we don't make any money otherwise. It's like Patreon, t-shirt sales. That's it.
Patreon is the thing that goes to pay the bills, and I want to give you guys something exclusive, even if it's just for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I would be totally happy with putting these episodes on Patreon, and then in a few months' time, maybe release them for free. Yeah, we'll throw some ads on them then, whatever. But for anyone that subscribes on Patreon at the $1 tier or more, I think we're going to go through and do a Yakuza playthrough. And of course, check social media. Check Twitter at YakFan on Twitter. Check Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. We've been
Facebook. You guys on Facebook, I'm going to tell you right now, are awesome. Yeah. I think that we have more fans that reach out to us through Facebook than any other service.
Than all of our platforms combined.
Facebook, if you're a fan, get on our Facebook page because there is a ton of other people to talk to on there.
Yeah,
and they're all so nice. Like I don't think I've seen one bad comment.
No.
And we've had that Facebook page for I think 4 years, and everyone is so chill and so excited at every single thing that comes out.
And like so helpful towards each other.
Oh yeah, like if you have a question, ask it there and odds are someone's going to know the answer. And we lurk there like all day.
Yeah.
So if you need to get a hold of us, that's that or Twitter. Like Twitter is probably the main way to get a hold of me. Facebook is the second. Mostly because that's me on Facebook. Yeah. Cal takes care of a lot of my Facebook stuff. Good work, Cal. Thanks. Yeah. So I will make the announcement shortly of what we're going to do with that. Yeah, but let us know. Like, is that something you're interested in? Like, do you? I say screw it. Don't let us know. We're going to do it anyway. But I'm just curious what you think. Yeah, don't let us know. Like, the only thing that you need to concern yourself with in the comments is how much you pledged on Patreon. No, that wasn't it at all. You totally derailed me. What question is, do you 100% Yakuza games? Yes, do you 100% Yakuza games? I had it there. It was ready to go. And you totally derailed it. Oh, boy. Do we have anything else to wrap this thing up with? Nope. I don't think so. Make sure you like this video, you subscribe to this video, you share our content, anybody else's content, everybody who's talking about Yakuza. That way you can tell all your friends, your family, your priest. Please stop. Tell them all about it. That's how we get more games, and that's really what we do, because we do this for mostly free. We do this for you guys. Yeah. And, okay. And, for Sega, apparently. Yeah, hey, you know what? If I have to market Sega's games for them, I am more than happy to, because I want to keep getting them. And I think that every single person that is listening to this, that has made it this far, understands that like the only reason I started Yakuza fan is because there was nothing. Yeah. At the time there was no, like, shouts out Tojo HQ, you guys are killing it over there too. But there at the time there was no Yakuza presence in the West. There was the official Sega forums and GameFAQs. Yeah. But that's it. And it's such a shame, and I fell in love with this series, and I continue to love this series. Well, then we get new likes on Facebook every day, so obviously there's still people out there who's going, wow, I want this game. How did I not know about this? Anyway, so that's my plea to you guys. Just let someone know about Yakuza. Just even if you have to give them the game and sit down with them and watch them play it. Yes. Okay, well, that wraps it up. We will talk to you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.